Hello and welcome to today's videos about the sequential gearbox, or more specifically is transmission that used in the Formula 1 car. Here we can see the sequential gearbox arrangement of the gear, and as we can see here, the power from the engine that connected to the multi-clutch, and then the multi-clutch will transfer the power to the input shaft, and the input shaft will go to the connected to the gear, when the gear will mesh together. And this, as we can see that this gear, they have a collar here. You can see the collar is connected to the output shaft and the differential and the rear wheel. So what we can see that the black gear here is connecting to the output shaft, is rotating together at all time. Same goes to the output shaft, that the gear and the collar here is rotating rotating together. So what important is the difference between the input shaft and the output shaft is it rotating at the different speed when the engine and the transmission transfer the power. So you know the function of this collar is, the function is to engage the gear when we have a upshift or the downshift. So what's gonna happen here is, for the first gear, this gear is selected with this gear and it will mesh together. So when the power from the engine goes, it will drive to the first gear and it will transmit to the gear at the output shaft, and the output shaft will transmit to the top collar here, and the collar will transmit the torque to the differential. So what the magic for this gearbox is, when it has the selector shaft that can switch the gear. So as you can see here, for the selector shaft, we have the gear selector here and the gear selector here. When it rotates, another gear will rotate another way. So when this rotates, it will turn the forks here. We will force the fork to mesh the collar and the gear. So how this fork is operate? So as you can see, when the fork is removed, we can see that the selector shaft have the groove cut out in each of the fork's position. So as you can see from the front view of the forks, you can see that there is a selector pin that will flow through the groove, and when this selector shaft is rotated slightly back, the pin will move to this groove and it will force the forks to mesh collar with gear, and it will transmit power from the transmission to go to the output shaft. So what happened, for example, if we want to upshift from the second gear to the first gear to the second gear, the pin will have been here, and when we press the pedal, so the selector shaft will rotate slightly back and the pin will move to this groove, and the collar that before, for the first gear, the collar have been forced to get the collar free in a neutral position. So another collar for the second gear will move the collar that mesh to the second gear. So now the power flow is changed from the engine to the second gear, and the second gear drive the second gear up here, and it will transmit to the collar here, and the collar will transmit the torque to the output shaft that control the differential. Okay, then same goes to the another gear here. The same procedures, that the shaft will rotate and the collar back to the neutral, and the new collar will mesh another gear, and the power transmit will go to control the differential. Then that's all for us, but as a conclude, we can say that this type of transmission have a quicker shift. That's why it is using for the Formula 1 supercar, that will easy to get from one gear to another gear in order. That's all from us. Thank you.
Grand Prix Insights is presented by Allianz.